Good morning, students. Now today we are going to study about the coelenterata. Okay, coelentrates are multicellular animals, and they are mostly marine animals, except Hydra. All lives in the marine water. They are either solitary or they may live in the group, or they may be colonial. So they are either solitary or colonial. They may be sedentary or sessile and free swimming. So there are the different types of coelentrates. Some are free swimming, some are sessile, or you can say attached, or sedentary you can say, and likewise some are the colonial, some are solitary. So there are different types of coelentrates found in the mostly in the marine environment. So now, and they are diploblastic animals, they are radially symmetrical animals, and acoelomate animals. So now we will discuss the basic body design of a coelentrate. Okay, so they are diploblastic animals, and their body wall consists of the two layers. These are the two layers of cells, and the outer layer is called the epidermis, that derived from ectoderm. Likewise, the inner layer is called the gastrodermis, that derived from the endoderm, because they are diploblastic, means having ectoderm and endoderm. These are the two germ layers found in the gastrula stage. So this is the outer layer body wall, that is called the epidermis, and the inner layer is called the gastrodermis. And between these two layers there is the non-cellular jelly-like material found, that is called the mesoglia. So this is the body wall, and now in the body there is a central cavity. This is the central cavity. This central cavity is called coelenteron, or we say gastrovascular cavity. Why it is called gastrovascular cavity? Because it helps in digestion as well as transport of food materials. That's why it is called gastrovascular cavity. Gastro means that helps in digestion, vascular means that helps in transportation. So this coelenteron, it is a central cavity, that is also called the gastrovascular cavity, and it also helps in digestion. It means it acts as an incomplete alimentary canal having single opening, that is the mouth. Incomplete alimentary canal we can say. Now we will talk about this body layers. Epidermis. This epidermis consists of different types of cells. There is the different types of cells found in the epidermis. The most important cell is the nematoblast or nidoblast cells. So nematoblast cells or nidoblast cells, due to the presence of these nidoblast or nematoblast cells, they are also called cnidarians. They are also called cnidarians, due to the presence of this nidoblast or nematoblast cells. Okay, and now what is the function of this nematoblast or nidoblast cells? So these cells are special cells that helps in anchorage. Anchorage means attachment. It also helps in the offense and defense, and it also helps in the food capturing. And this is present in epidermis, not in the gastrodermis. And the number of nidoblast or nematoblast is much higher in the epidermis of tentacles. So in the tentacles there is the group of nidoblast or nematoblast found, that is called the batteries of nidoblast or nematoblast. Now we discuss the structure of a nematoblast cell or nidoblast cell. So this is a cell, you can see this is the cell, Now there is a nucleus. This is the cytoplasm, you can see. Now inside the cell there is a capsule or nematocyst, cyst-like structure, nematocyst or capsule found, having a coiled thread-like structure, tubular thread-like structure, having the spines, and this tubular thread-like structure contain the poison. That is called the hypnotoxin, that is the neurotoxic for the living organisms. So this is the coiled thread-like structure that found in this capsule, that is called the nematocyst, and this complete cell is called the nidoblast or nematoblast. There is a hair-like structure, that is the nidocele. Whenever any object touches this nidocele, this cell, this nidoblast cell is stimulated, and this thread-like structure that present coiled inside this capsule is triggered, means comes out from the cell and wrap around the object and inject the poison with the help of these spines. And when the object is paralyzed, suppose the object is living object, so that living object is paralyzed, and when the object is paralyzed, now with the help of tentacles it take inside the body through the mouth, means that is the nutrition, means this nidoblast helps in the food capturing also. Beside, it helps in the offense and defense also. It also helps in anchorage or attachment also. So in the tentacles there is the batteries of nidoblast or nematoblast found. So one thing, now this nematoblast present in epidermis, that we should always keep in mind, that this present in the epidermis. Now in the body there is a conical elevation, this is called the hypoestome, and in the center of this conical elevation or hypoestome there is a mouth. So coelentrates capture the food by the help of these tentacles and take inside the body through this mouth. And now we talk about this other cells. So there are different types of cells present in this epidermis. Like some sensory cells are also present in the epidermis. Now we talk the gastrodermis. Gastrodermis also consists of different types of cells. For example, there is the gland cells found that secrete the enzyme for the extracellular digestion in the gastrovascular cavity. Likewise, these are the nutritive cells having pseudopodia found, and these nutritive cells engulf the partly digested food, and then the intracellular digestion occurs in these nutritive cells. So in the coelentrates, the digestion is both extracellular as well as intracellular. So when the food enter into the gastrovascular cavity, the food materials are partly or partially digested in this gastrovascular cavity, that is the extracellular digestion, and this gland cell secretes the enzyme, and when the food is partly digested, that partly digested foods are engulfed by these nutritive cells by the help of pseudopodia, and then the intracellular digestion occurs, means digestion is both extracellular as well as intracellular, and due to this is called the gastrovascular cavity, because the food is partly digested, and also we can say that it acts as an incomplete alimentary canal. Incomplete means there is the single opening, that is the mouth, but no anus or cloaca. So this is the gastrovascular cavity, this is the gastrodermis. Now we can see there are the different nerve cells are present in both sides of this body wall. These are the nerve cells. These are nerve cells that present in the both body wall, epidermis also, gastrodermis also, and these nerve cells are not differentiated into dendrites and axons, but each nerve cells bear some processes, and the processes of different nerve cells are interconnected to form a net-like structure. So we say that in the coelentrata there is the primitive type of nervous system that consists of the diffused nerve net. So these are the nerve cells found in the both layer, and it forms the diffused nerve net-like like structure. So due to the presence of this primitive type of nervous system or nervous tissue, the coelenterate shows the tissue grade of organization in the body. While in the porifera there is the cellular grade of organization, but in the coelenterata there is the tissue grade of organization. So these are the different basic structures that present in the body of coelenterates. We talk about this nidoblast also. Now we talk about the body form in the coelenterates. The coelenterates are mainly found in the two basic body forms, that is called the polyp form and medusa form, or you can say that the coelenterate shows the polymorphism, means their body design present in more than one form or more than two forms. So different forms are found in the coelenterates, but basically there are the two basic body form of coelenterates. Some coelenterates are found in the polyp form, some found in the form of medusa form. In the polyp form, their body is cylindrical body found, and they are sessile. Sessile means attached with the substratum by this structure. So they are sessile and cylindrical and take part in asexual reproduction. Likewise, the medusa is the umbrella like. This is the umbrella like structure. These are the tentacles, umbrella like structure. There is the mouth, means the mouth faces downward, while in the polyp form mouth faces upward. So medusa are umbrella shaped and the free swimming, and it take part in the sexual reproduction. So these are the two basic forms found in the coelenterata. Means some coelenterates are like the polyp, like the hydra, sea anemone or Adamsia. These are the polyp form, means their body form is the polyp like, means the cylindrical structure, and they are sessile also. But this medusa form that found the umbrella like structure, for example the Aurelia or jellyfish, their structure is umbrella like, and the mouth faces downward, here mouth faces upward. This take part in the asexual reproduction, this take part in sexual reproduction. So these are the two basic forms found in the coelenterata. Now some coelenterate shows alternation of generation, means the both forms are found in their life cycle. So first suppose this is the polyp form, means the cylindrical body, sessile body, and now in this polyp form reproduction, asexual reproduction occurs by the budding process, and then it forms the medusa stage, and then medusa stage reproduces by the sexual method, means produces the gametes after fertilization forms the zygote develop into the planular larva, and planular larva now forms the polyp stage, means the polyp by asexual method forms the medusa, and medusa by sexual method forms the polyp. So we can say that the polypoid generation alternates with medusoid generation, that is called the alternation of generation or metagenesis. But this is not the true alternation of generation that you studied in the plant kingdom. In the plant kingdom we define alternation of generation is the diploid generation alternates with the haploid generation, means one generation is diploid while the another generation is haploid. But in this coelenterata, this both polyp and medusa are the diploid generation. So we cannot say that this is the true alternation of generation, but it shows similar phenomena, that is the polypoid generation alternates with medusoid generation. This is also called the metagenesis. Thank you.